let me show you some tips and tricks for Motorola Edge 70 Fusion. And the first thing that I want to show you is the widget stack. So on the home screen, you can actually create a stack on a widget. So if you have a widget that is eligible for creating a stack, then you should be able to press and hold your finger on that widget. And then at the top, you will have the edit stack option. So for example, over here, I have this 4x2 widget, and as you can see here, I have the edit stack option. And then I can add more widgets that are going to be placed in the same spot. Unfortunately, while this feature sounds great, and it works pretty well on some other smartphones in general, in here it still lacks compatibilities. I mean, it has some compatibility issues with other widgets. Like for example, I'm not sure why I cannot create a stack for this widget. I'm not sure why it doesn't work for this one. I'm not sure why, even though there are many different 4x2 widgets, if I try to edit this stack and create more or add more widgets, it doesn't really work. But for example, let me actually remove this one and I'm gonna use a different widget. So I believe if I choose, let's say this one over here, then maybe on this one I will be able to create a stack. There we go. And now in this case, it actually works and I have just one widget. So I'm not sure how exactly it works, but there we go. So I actually managed to create the stack. This app doesn't load for me, but that is fine. As you can see, we can now swipe between these widgets quite easily. So you can probably save some space on the home screen by creating this widget stack, and hopefully Motorola is going to improve the widget stack feature, because honestly it could be definitely better, but I want to mention it right now because I just hope that it is going to be improved soon, so maybe you can actually make a better use of it than what we can do right now. Now if you go to settings on your phone and in here you open gestures, then we should be able to find the, let me actually try to find it, there we go. Here is the quick capture option or gesture, so you can twist your wrist twice in order to open a camera. Now if you go to settings over here, then you can decide which camera you want to open, whether it should be the rear camera, the front camera, or if you want to choose automatically. So definitely a cool gesture that you can implement and use pretty much at any point. There's also quick launch, which is the doubled back tap gesture. If you enable this option and then go to settings over here, you can choose what should happen when you double tap the back of the phone. And thankfully, here we can even choose any app that we have installed. So for example, if I choose, I don't know, like clock app over here, if I now double tap the back of the phone, I should be able to open the clock app. Let's see if it's going to work. There we go. So usually I tap here in this area. You just have to tap twice and there we go, the app is opened. Of course, you can choose pretty much anything else that is available on that in that menu. Now let's go back to settings, and here in gestures I can also find one more quite useful gesture, and that is the fast flashlight. So this is the chopping gesture that allows you to activate the flashlight. So let me demonstrate. I'm just gonna perform this motion. There we go. And of course we have to chop twice in order to toggle the flashlight. Pretty simple and very, very convenient shortcut that you can use pretty much always. Now, if we go back to settings, this time we're gonna exit gestures, and in here we're gonna go to personalize, because over here you should be able to find the edge light option, which is like side lights, side colors that appear if you have like an incoming call, when alarm goes off, or if you receive a notification. Very cool feature that you can of course try out. You can also choose one of these available colors. It's up to you which one you prefer to use, but definitely worth giving it a try. Actually, we're gonna go back to gestures because there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that is the sidebar. Over here we can enable sidebar quite easily. You can also go to settings in order to choose what should be quickly accessible via this sidebar. And if you go to tools, you can even add screenshot option or screen recorder. So usually it is located here on the right side. We can just slide it to the middle in order to open it. And if you open any of these apps from the sidebar, then you will open it in the floating window mode. This allows you to, for example, open an app and then open another one, so you can quickly access or check out something. Now, of course, we have this classic control center or quick settings panel on Motorola Edge 70 Fusion. However, the good news is that we also have a new style that we can easily enable. So if you reopen settings Then we can go to Home and Lock Screen, and here we can find the Control Center settings, where we can switch from the classic style to modern style, which is a little bit more popular now among other smartphones. So on the right side we can swipe down in order to open the Control Center immediately, and as you can see now it has this modern style. You can actually swipe between the notifications and the Control Center quite easily. If you want to open notifications, then now you have to swipe on the left side, and there we go. Of course it has some advantages and disadvantages. I guess the disadvantage that comes with it is that if you open notifications, you don't have these shortcuts at the top anymore. But at the same time, you can just with one gesture open the full Control Center, so I think it's not too bad to actually consider using it. Okay, I promise this is now the last time I'm going to gestures. There is one more thing that I actually found that I forgot about actually, and this is the pick up to silence, which I think is a very cool feature, because whenever someone calls you, if you pick up your phone, the ringtone and vibrations are going to be deactivated. Of course, temporarily, just for that incoming call. So if you want to be able to calmly just answer the call, if you don't want your phone to just ring all the time, and then of course you can enable this option, and then when someone calls you, just pick up the phone and the ringtone is going to be deactivated. Next, we're gonna go to sound and vibration in settings, and then in here we should be able to scroll down to find Dolby Atmos. Now, Dolby Atmos is pretty much always enabled if you don't have any external device connected to your phone. So, for example, if you use Bluetooth headphones or maybe earbuds or something, then in that case, most likely you can disable Dolby Atmos, but not in this case if you just use the loudspeaker. But if you go to settings over here, then we have some customization options. Like for example, you can choose the profile that should be used on the phone. I think the best option is to use the smart audio, but if you want to create your own equalizer, then you can choose the custom option over here and tap on this pen on the right side, and you can create your own EQ over here. You can make some adjustments. We also have some additional options like presets that we can use. There is also the volume leveler over here and the surround virtualizer that you can use on this phone. Now, besides that, we're gonna also go to apps, and in here we should be able to find the app lock, where we can just simply create a password for apps of our choice. So over here I have my app lock already created. You can also implement the fingerprint and face unlock feature to be able to quickly access these locked apps. But if you want to restrict access to certain apps, then you can easily do so. As you can see, if I try to open this app, I have to enter the password that I set up before in order to open this app. And it's not exactly the same password that you use on your phone on the lock screen, although you can set up exactly the same password. But you can choose a dedicated password for apps in general. You cannot choose one password for one app, but you choose one password for the whole app lock feature. Now, besides that, I also want to show you one more thing, and that is in security and privacy over here. I mean, one thing in settings, the last thing in settings. So over here in security and privacy, we can choose more security and privacy. And in here we should be able to find, for example, secure power off option, which I recommend you enabling. This requires authentication to turn off your phone. Besides that, we can also find the protect from online scammers feature. So you can get alerts when you are in a suspicious website. So whenever this option is enabled, of course, you are going to be informed about it. Your phone can alert you about it. So definitely worth enabling this option on your phone. And last but not least, we're gonna go to the app drawer, and of course in here you can find a couple of things like suggested apps at the top or the newsfeed, which in my case in both these things are actually disabled. So if you want to turn them off for you as well, you can tap on these three dots in the upper right corner and you can go to settings. For the newsfeed, you can go over here to the newsfeed and you can just turn it off, or you can make some adjustments. For example, if you want to change the region and the language, then you can easily do so. As for suggestions, you need to go to apps over here, then you choose suggestions on app tray, and then you can turn it off in here. So then you will not see those random apps at the top of the app drawer. Alright, I think that is everything that I wanted to show you in this video. Now, if there is anything that I missed that you think is worth mentioning, that is cool and available on Motorola Edge 70 Fusion, then please let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this video, then of course check out comments in order to see if there is anything more. And that's all. Leave a like and subscribe.